Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Cafe Enchante. And we were just on our date with Ill. Got hit on by creeps, and are now flying through the air. So, and Miser was actually stalking us, so that was pretty funny. Anyway, so we're flying back home with Ill right now. Literally. The two of us simply stayed in the air, taken by the view until the sun had set. Okay, that would have been... Okay, never mind. Wow. It's like it faded, and I was like, this isn't the best place to stop it. Reading that one line and then getting here would have been... But we were like 8 or 9 minutes over, so... It's always like that. If I read this scene, it'll take 20 minutes. But if I don't read it, the next time it takes like a minute, and we could have done it. Well, that was the worst example of that ever. Oh my God. Anyway. Oh. Observations completed. Now beginning return to home. Il fado de rie. How far you've fallen. Oh. The place we ended up was on a large observation deck over the shoreline. No one was allowed up here. In other words, on top of a tower where falling from a gusty wind would certainly be the end of me. Winds must have been unusually strong here, but we had good timing. It wasn't too bad. Of course, it was still very high up, so it's not like I wasn't scared. However... It's alright. Even if you fall a million times, I shall simply catch you a million times. And so, Il speaks in complete confidence, easing my fears. Il and I continued to watch the special view from the spot. Oh, it's already nighttime, and the passage of time seems to go by more quickly when you're out. Yeah, even more so if you're having fun. I see. That's another way to look at it. However, what's wrong, Il? Oh, well, I was thinking back to today's date, and I have a question. The characters in Otome games are usually smarter and sweeter, and they escort the protagonist around. And compared to that, I feel our date today doesn't quite fit within those bounds. Why is that? As he mumbles quizzically, all I could do is awkwardly smile back. Well, we ran into a lot of things today. And still, I had a lot of fun. The view from the sky was pretty too. Thank you, Il. I've been so down and you cheered me up. You're the one who got everyone else to take me out too, right? You knew about that? Yeah, I didn't know how to bring it up. Sorry. And that is unexpected. The idea behind these dates was to cheer you up in a natural way. However, I suspect even you wouldn't imagine what's about to happen right now. As the finishing touch on our date, I've prepared a gift for you. Will you please accept it? You're not even going to know what happens right now. Don't you dare kiss me, because we're going in Candace's round. It's going to be awkward. A gift? Il looks around, and after making sure no one else is in the general vicinity, he clasps his hands as if to offer a prayer. And deployment area secured. No errors confirmed. Commencing magic synthesis. I seek the light. Hear my song, and please grant, I'm sure it's supposed to say grant, not grant this fallen soul a miracle. His prayer was mechanical, but strong, with effort put into each and every word. Spacey, your hand. Please trust me. What? Il pulls my hand, and my body is thrown into the night sky with him. And there, in the air, 1, 2 steps, my feet step forward. I'm walking on air. What? It looked like I was walking on water. Each time my feet step down into the air, a ring of light expands where my foot falls. I finally realized it was Il's magic as he smiled at me while I was in awe. Cool. Oh, another CG with him. Well, you'd think we're in his route, but we ain't. His entrancing aria pulled me in, as it echoed through the sky above the city. Faint particles of light appeared out of nowhere and floated on by. It was like an off-season Christmas lighting. A beautiful city of lights surrounded us. The glimmering lights went beyond the observation deck and continued into the sky. This is like one of those moments where you're like, it's kind of oddly romantic, but we're not in his route. We're just in the common route. Like, shit. At first was Ill's clear, beautiful singing. At first was? See, sentences like this sometimes you're like, that doesn't make sense. And next, in a single moment, my heart was taken by the light that seemed to bless us. It was so beautiful. That was all I could think. This world, which I found no other word to describe, kept expanding in front of me. So, was I able to give you a smile? A smile? In the past, before someone left us, he told me something. To stop staying on the side that's always just receives smiles, and to move to the side that gives them. At the time, I had questioned who, and why I would do so. But I feel I'm beginning to understand what it was he was trying to say. Il looks this way, and as if reacting to him, the falling light started pouring toward me. Spacey, these past few days, although you seemed to be smiling, something felt different. Well, you don't need to tell me. I understand. The fact that you were pushing yourself to make such a happy face. I couldn't hide the fact that I was about to start crying, thinking back on the past. I heard from everyone else. You felt so much for the pack of sea demons that died and were discouraged. However, you didn't allow that to appear on the surface. In some ways, that may merit praise. However, Ill's singing lips repudiated those efforts. I don't intend to tell you that you have to forget that tragedy. To feel such pain is okay. But the pain passes. Remember to lift your head and find a reason to smile again. Words to live by right there. Like, just very simple words, very straight, but very to the point, and like, very true. I happen to like your natural smile. In order to get that back, I shall do anything, even make the world my enemy. That's a bit much, Ill, but I appreciate the sentiment. I see. I don't need to force myself to forget. What happened, happened. I don't need to separate myself from it. While embracing the grief, it's still okay to smile. Okay. Thanks, Ill. The lights gradually melted away, and we softly land on the spot we left. There's no way I'd ever forget the tragedy I saw in Bestia. But while still carrying that, as the owner of Enchante, I'll make an effort to be present. Yeah, I won't stay depressed forever. I always have to try to do my best. Nodding to myself, I look at Ill. So that aria, was it? From earlier? It was such a pretty song. The lyrics, too. Did you write that, Ill? Oh, no. It's the theme song from an Enchante game that just came out. The lyrics feel so splendid that I tried making it into magic. Exasperated, I could have slipped then and there. But that's such an Ill thing to do. Oh, no, it's a theme song from an Enchante game. Every part about you is so ill? What? I was able to give him another smile. That doesn't make sense. Ooh, now we're Miser. Pretty. Ah, it looks like everything went okay. All that's left is for them to come home. Miser, I know you're worried about them, but I think spying on them is a bit much, isn't it? Hell, we're the ones who should be sighing, making us come along with you to tail them first thing in the morning. They all went! So funny. Well, I mean, I'm just so worried. I do agree that you are too worried, but it seems to me everything came out all right. And normally always going with the flow, Il always lived going along with things. But it's the first time I've seen him acting for another's sake on his own, and dealing with trouble without asking for help. Well, yeah, although the overprotective demon did help out in the end at the event venue. Well, don't you think that wasn't being so much overprotective as it was a fine play? Well, even without all that, he really did act unexpectedly. What do you think got into him? I suspect that ill has grown a desire to protect. A desire to protect? Yes, I'd like you all to remember our lives here before Spacey arrived. Considering his personality and how he appeared, he was always in the position of being protected. However, she, a completely normal and powerless human, appears, and during this date... Spacey! Are you okay? Are you hurt? Thanks. I'm okay. Thanks for helping me up. He realized that she was being weak enough to be injured by danger as small as that. In other words... Yeah, I think I get it. That shut-in has never met anyone like Spacey who needed protecting. Yes, perhaps he hadn't felt it as strongly, as the rest of us were the ones who always took the initiative to protect her. Took him long enough to finally get it. Agreed. Although I'm sure we can all say it's some pretty big progress for him. Alright, so if this sounds like a nice thing, what's the demon lord over here sighing about? Is this something similar to young chicks leaving their nest? I understood how lonely you feel, Miser. Oh, I understand how lonely you feel, Miser. But I think we should be happy for Ill's growth. Il Father de Rie, too. A sheltered fallen angel who is ignorant of the world due to being a shut-in, and Miser and others' overprotection. However, meeting the heroine made him change his way of thinking a little. He has a beautiful singing voice. That's totally rando fact. It's like he was totally a shut-in, but now he actually wants to protect the heroine. Oh, and he can sing really nice. No, well, that's part of it. But there's other reasons I feel a bit down. I feel a bit upset at myself for not seeing this as a chance for Il to grow, you know? Huh. What's with that reaction? Am I saying something weird right now? Miser, you should keep your Brocon in check. He'll turn against you otherwise, okay? Brocon? Brocon, short for brother complex. This means having strong affections for a male sibling. While Miser and Il aren't actually brothers, Miser treats Il like his little brother and cares for him greatly. To anyone watching, he is a full-on Brocon. He's like, what? He's like, thank God I had a glossary for that. Ooh! That was Il's chapter. We just saw somebody watching him. So we didn't actually get to go. Well, I could understand why we didn't get to... This is Miser's chapter. Exciting! This is also the last one. He runs. Oh, there's Rindo. Ignoring how out of breath he is. Branches cut him, but it didn't matter. Running through the grove, Kaoru Rindo dashes through the forest in the night. And here I thought I had planned for the worst scenario possible. I might be screwed, considering this is even worse. With a grunt, he turns off his light, jumping into brush to hide himself. He holds his breath for 5-10 seconds. Glaring at the dangerous darkness in front of him, Rindo finally breathes again. This is interesting. It's not where I expected this to go. Phew. Rindo, is there someone chasing us? We lost them, I hope. I think we can relax now. Kude? Anyway, my sincere apologies for this. To do this for us, Kude? Kude? Oh, it's this little thing. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was, Miser. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know who was talking, but anyway. Crawling out of Rindo's chest pocket was a non-human, some 15 centimeters tall. It's so funny looking. It's kind of cute. By human standards, its face was deformed with rough skin that looked like earthenware. It does. It looks like a little, clay dude. It's cute. Rindo gives a nervous smile to the being that that looks maybe just like an old Hanawa statue. You don't have to worry. This is just a part of my job, so... Wait. It's here. We gotta give another voice to this little thing. We're getting chased again! I can't. No, I gotta get a better voice. I don't know what voice to give this thing, but anyway. Unfortunately, yeah. Ugh, they sure don't give up. Changing out the magazine, Rindo lets loose a shot of parabellum rounds and glares at the sky through the trees. Parabellum bullet. Handgun ammunition developed in Germany. 9mm parabellum bullets in particular see major use around the world. Oh man, getting back to drink Spacey's coffee before the day's over will be a stretch. Okay, so this is not in the past, this is current. In the darkness of the night, an unmistakable eeriness filled the obscured red sky. The sky, unlike anything seen in the human world, weighed heavily on him. It's Miser's chapter, and it showed him, so you'd think they were in the demon world, but... Interesting. So he rescued the tiny... Oh, great! Now we got another stray! We got the little clay pot! Great. Jesus! This evening sky, slowly expanding above his head as if demanding that he leave. Oh, wait. It was dusk on a particular day. Oh, I, Spacey Owaki, was out shopping in this shopping district with 2 men holding our goods. Tissues, soap, and 2 sponges. All right, that's all the cleaning supplies. Now the decorations for the shop. I want to try to keep everything we buy at 100 yen shops. Hey. Oh, I want to pick up some beans, too. It'll cost more if we have it delivered. Hey! This idiot owner standing over there with every intention to keep shopping. Huh? What's up, Ignis? Don't what's up me. Take a look at us. Don't you have anything to say? I look back at the people accompanying me. It's him and Canis, probably. I was going to say the strong boys, but Canis has 2 bags in each of his hands, with a total of 4 bags. Ignis holds the same amount, with another 2 bags hanging around his neck. Like a dog! You know, because he is one. You look like a dog with a collar on. It's kind of cute. I'm not a dog. I don't even want these around my neck. We clearly can't hold anymore. I see. It was too heavy for you, Ignis. Allow me to hang those around my neck. It's not about the weight. And do you even have a neck to hang stuff from? Sorry. I bought a bit too much. Let's just head back to Enchante for today. I turned toward the roads leading back home with the Headless Knight and the Firewolf. I'm used to the shopping district now, and it's rare to find shops I don't know about. I feel like I've walked through the town so much by now that I'm a pretty familiar face.
Ah, Son's granddaughter out shopping today?
Yep, we went to quite a few shops and maybe bought a bit too much.
Hey, it's Helmet Ton and the lady! Are they out on a date?
Hey, hold up, brats! Don't pretend like I'm not here!
All 3 of them on a date?
Well, that isn't really the case. You can't call it a date if there's 3 of us anyway, right? Indeed, she is correct, young ones. We are just her baggage carriers. I thought he was just going to say we were just her baggage, and I'm like, well...
Is this polyamory?
Where the hell did you learn that word, you little weirdo? Love the fact that the kid asked. They're like, they're all on a date. We're not on a date. We're just going on shopping. Oh my god, they must be polyamorous. I bet those 2 are... so you think they're lovers too? Oh my god, what the hell, kids? So are you 2 bisexual? Or like... Which one of you is the power bottom? Like, we're just shopping. What is wrong with you? Like, literally, what is wrong with these children? You just see, like, us with these 2 dudes and automatically we're dating them. What? Not yet. Simmer down. But actually, yes, the man harem. The man harem cafe. Watching the 2 of them talk with these children, a smile broadens across my face. When I first started out at Enchante, I'd never even imagined I'd be walking out around town like it was nothing like this. Yeah. I love this CG because I love Miser, although he does look a little crazed in the eyes. He seems to have crazy eyes, but that's probably going to bite me in the ass, but right. It's only been a few months since I've taken over the cafe as the owner, and within that short amount of time, my life had changed completely compared to what it was before. I'd stepped into a new world. Miser, Canis, Il, and Ignis. I met these people that weren't quite normal. I mean, they were non-human. And after a chance encounter with Mr. Rindo, the government's GPM agent, I decided to keep running this place they all felt at home in. Café Enchante. Enchanté. Enchanté to my cafe. I'd even visited other worlds, and I met Karya and Kororo, who have come to live at the cafe, and now the little pot dude that's gonna come too. We just gotta, it's like fucking Pokemon, we gotta catch them all, Jesus. Thinking back to it all, I couldn't help but feel like so much had happened. I still feel like this could all still be some kind of a dream. As I said this to myself, I noticed two men walking in front of me. And on to our next story. The sound of a voice coming from a TV in an electronics store reached my ear. Along the shore, a localized abnormal weather pattern has emerged. The local meteorological, I couldn't say meteorological, for some reason, in this voice, Jesus. Observatory has issued a warning to local residents. Huh? The hell? What are you stopping for? Well, that news on TV, that's close to where my family lives. Your family? I recall you saying it was quite far. Right, it's a town close to the beach up in the northeast. Oh wait, they're showing something. What the reporter on the screen pointed to was a small island off the coast. It did feel familiar. It was an uninhabited island off the coast near the town where my parents lived. An eerie mist lulled above the island and looked like it would crush the island itself. An eerie mist. That sky is a very odd color. An abnormal weather pattern indeed. That's where Rindo is, right? This world has 4 seasons. It's always been pretty abnormal to me. It's true! I was like, how is that, Right, you only have 1. It's winter all the time. He's like, what do you mean it's not always cold here? It's fucking bizarre. Why is it hot? And now it's cold! The fuck? Welcome to, well, also I live in the South, but, like, that's definitely New England. Fucking here yesterday, you walk outside and you're like, oh, it's the end of November and it's a little kind of gross out. Like, oh, it's a little sticky. It's kind of a little humid. It's gonna rain. Walk out today, it's like 40 fucking degrees. The fuck happened? It was like fucking 70 yesterday. Gross. It's like a 30-degree difference in a day. Goddamn screwy ass fucking weather. I feel like you can say that about any place, though. Like any place, you're like, it's like 80 degrees one day, 20 degrees the next. Like, because winter is fucking weird. It's not really winter, especially down here. It's not really winter, but anyway. Of course someone from Bestia, Land of Eternal Winter, would think that. Furrowing my brow at the images on screen, I began walking as the news moved on to the next story. I'm a bit worried. I should call home. As I was thinking, she said something about 2 men approaching us, and then we noticed that what about those 2 dudes? There, tucked into the streets near the station, stood Cafe Enchante. Of this shape I've come to get used to seeing all the time came Mom and Dad. Just one! Look! Please! Just the tiniest little peek! Let me see the gate! Yes, for the bright dazzling future of science, and I guess for me and Koo, too! Oh. It's Nerd Face, isn't it? Today there was an unfamiliar voice coming out from in front of it. No, I think it's Nerd Boy. It's Akira, isn't it? Because Koo is the name of his, If my memory serves me correctly, I believe I recognize that voice. Yep, can't help but remember that voice even if you really don't want to. Yeah, I sort of remember it, yet I don't really. In fact, I wish I didn't remember it at all. It's Akira. I'm back! I quietly opened the door, and beyond it was the scene I imagined in my head. In other words... Of course not! I'm supposed to be guarding the place! In no way in hell I'd let a weirdo like you touch the gate, run electricity through it, and rub your face all over it! Urgh! You dare interrupt the progress of science! There stood an excitable Mr. Mikado, and Karya, desperately trying to stop him. I have to love Mikado. Like, you have to fucking love him. He's so fucking weird. He's such a goddamn weirdo walking around with his stuffed fox. It's not even a real fox! Like, he keeps as a pet, like, it's my fox that I keep like a parrot. Like, okay, that'd be me walking around with my parrot on my shoulder. Like, fuck you, me and my bird go everywhere. My bird won't wear a harness, so he doesn't go everywhere with me. But if he wore a fucking harness, damn well bet I'd take that asshole with me as many places as I could. Oh, welcome back, you 3. Would any of you like a cup of coffee to go with a view of a mildly cranky Karya? Oh, please don't move, Kororo. You're the perfect cushion for playing games on. I'm just imagining that in my head. And also, Miser looks on at the scene while Il plays a game with Kororo as a table. He's got his fucking Switch stacked up on the fucking poor Uniseal. Why is that GPM freak here?
I'm glad you asked, Ignis, my boy. The reason is, of course, to investigate the gate here. While that whiny Rindo is away on business, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance for me. Now that he isn't here to stop me, I can research all I want and...
No.
What?
Weren't you just talking earlier about doing Karya's regular checkup or something? He certainly was. He said he came to get Karya, who hasn't come for his checkup.
Ah, blast, that's right. That was my story. How could I have revealed myself?
Quite the foolish confession. Wait, Karya, you haven't been going in for your checkups. Karya looks away from me with guilt. Karya's fairy ancestry and the ancestral relapse had weakened his body a lot. He was told that he needed to visit Medio regularly, and that he was also to have physical checkups at the GPM. No, well, I've been feeling loads better since I've been coming to the shop, but this weirdo from the GPM is a freak! I still don't really trust anyone from there other than Mr. Rindo. I know what you mean, but this isn't right. You have to get your checkups.
Hey, Q!
Q. Wow, Q. Don't know why my brain wanted to be Q. It's like we're fucking Kororo. Anyway.
Hey, Q! Didn't it sound like this kid just said something horrible about me?
If you're really worried, I'll go with you. Huh? You don't have to do that. I'm not a kid. I don't need a babysitter. Please go with me. This kid is a freak. No, trust me. This kid's a freak. Everyone continued to watch over us with kind eyes as Karya shook his head as I was questioning him. It's like a sister and her little brother. You know, we're all older than her. Must feel nice for her to have someone younger than her to hang around. After pushing the point that he needed his checkups, I turned to face Mikado. Oh, that's right. Mr. Mikado?
What is it? Ah, perhaps you'll allow me to rub my tender cheeks all over your gate.
Oh my god, he did not just fucking say it. I can love this weirdo. No, you said Mr. Rindo was away on business, yes? He hasn't been to the cafe recently. Where is he right now? Come to think of it, he hasn't been here for 4 days now, right?
Huh? Knowing Rindo, I would have assumed he told all of you. Well, whatever. Rindo's out conducting research on an uninhabited island by orders of the higher-ups. But I guess he's being attacked, like, right now. Present tense. I think he put out an emergency extraction request.
What? Attacked? What's happening? Who's attacking him? I mean, is he okay?
Well, I'm not sure on the details, but it's Rindo. I'm sure he's alive. Probably. Oh, but more importantly, you there, the headless knight. Please let me examine your body, too.
More importantly, Mr. Mikado, please, tell me more about...
Oh, and you, the fallen angel. You're very interesting, too. I'm so very curious about the procedure behind becoming fallen.
Mr. Mikado?
And also, last but not least, the Demon Lord. Enchante is so wonderful. With his full course of rare non-humans, I can't help but be drawn in by it all.
In a firm grip, I grabbed his head, which was a bit lower than me.
What are you doing? I have no interest in humans.
Feels like snapping his neck. I twist his neck hard enough to start making some crunching sounds. And after forcing him to face my direction, I smile at him gently. She's basically kicking his ass. She's like, you little motherfucker, you listen here. You stop. Listen to me closely. What happened to Mr. Rindo?
Okay. I'll be glad to tell you.
Like how we just intimidated this twerp. Amasaki Island? Amasaki Island, an uninhabited island near the heroine's hometown off the coast of the Tohoku region? Tohoku region. An uninhabited island that's not too far off the coast in the northeast. The GPM started researching the island about a month ago. There have been whispers among the locals about strange things for ages now. I'm not going to read it in his voice, it'd be too difficult, so. Apparently, in the past, a Type 1 species of non-humans, the Kure, had inhabited Amasaki Island. Recently, another species of non-humans showed up and now dominated the island. Although they knew of the Kure, GPM HQ had yet to confirm a new species, and so they sent out a team to investigate. However, the Spartoi, the name given to this new species, didn't seem capable of speech, and those around them ended up being attacked by them. As a result, the local branch determined that the Spartoi, designated a Type 3 species, could not be dealt with. They made contact with Shinjuku HQ, who sent in a seasoned team as reinforcements, but Tour guide Spacey he's tapping his tablet and she's reading out. That's what's happening there. Rindo was part of the reinforcements. Furthermore, he is currently under attack by the Spartoi and cannot be reached. Some time passed after Mr. Mikado gave his explanation of the situation, and he left. A short silence fell inside the cafe, which was covered in shadows from the setting sun.
I tried making a call to his phone, but there's no answer.
Hey, doesn't that mean Rindo's in trouble? Yeah, I think so. So, we need to go help him, right? Huh? We don't need to worry about him. He's not gonna die that easily. I love it, because it's kind of true. I doubt he'd die that easily. He got impaled by ice that this kid flung at him. Literally had a Band-Aid slapped on him by fucking ill, and he's not gonna die that easily. Like, he's right, but still funny. He's gonna show up here out of the blue and laugh it off, saying how he almost died and end it with that. Well, I guess that's possible. My god, he's so gorgeous. He's like so flawlessly beautiful. I can't stand it. Like, I just cannot stand it. He is like 5 miles more beautiful than anyone else in this game. And every time they show me his face, I've been trying very hard in the last few parts not to fucking say anything every time I see him, but you can't get him this close to my face without me being like, hi. Whatever you say. Yeah. Sweet, whatever. Anyway. What's wrong? Worried about Rindo? Yes? No? What? Seriously. He makes me feel stupid because I just want to giggle every time I see his fucking gorgeous face. Of course I am. There's something else I'm worried about. Mr. Mikado mentioned Amasaki Island, and I think it's near where my family lives. Your family? You mean it's that same island that was on the TV in the shopping district? Yeah, it's an island all the locals know about. It's close enough that you can see it through the window on a sunny day. They were, in a sense, a hop and a skip away. In other words, in a place very close to my family, where they could be easily reached. Was where those dangerous Spartoi, a non-human species dangerous to humankind, resided. A chill runs down my spine as I imagine what terrible things could happen. I want to go see what's happening. Nope. I haven't said anything yet. You're worried about your family and Rindo and want to go see what's happening, right? It's dangerous, so no. I mean, I know it might be silly to say since we've taken you to alternate worlds ourselves, but we can't function in the human world the same way we could out there. If something were to happen to you, or to happen while you were in trouble, well, I guess, but I just wanted to see what the situation was and if everything was all right. The one who had my back was... Well, how about something like this? Although I'm against taking you, what if Il and I checked it out for you? Really? Well, I'm not really worried about what's up with Rindo, but if it does concern you, then I guess we can go. You're so precious, my demon lord. He's... I want to be like, he's like my no, we have one over there. But I'm just saying. I'll accompany you as well. In terms of our fighting capability, you alone would be enough, Miser. I want you to help me in the search, but if we happen to be told to blow... But if we happen to be told to blow up the island with Rindo still on it... Of course, that would not be okay.
Fortunately, I'm still waiting for a new game to come out, so I'm not opposed to it.
You mean you wouldn't go if it was a day later? Huh, jackass. If this is the plan, then Ignis and I will remain here. If only I could fly. Ha! We'll work hard enough for both of you. I'd rather not have to go and save the GPM princess, but oh well. Miser puts his hand on my shoulder, reassuring me that it'd be okay. I like the fact that he just called Rindo the GPM princess. Feeling the gentle warmth from his hand, I sigh in relief. Oh, if your family's close by, Spacey, should we drop in and say hi to them? We can let them know how well their daughter takes care of us. Maybe we should pick up a gift near the Tokyo station. Forget the gift and the greeting. Just go keep Mr. Rindo your top priority, okay? Miser's gonna show up and be like, I'm gonna marry your daughter. No, first we're gonna date the Headless Knight. You're the last. We're saving the best for last. Now are we in Miser's perspective? Oh, maybe we're in Akira's. Anyway.
I really wanted my plan to work out so I could get a closer look at the gate. Their defense is pretty solid. That's too bad for us, huh, Q?
Q. God, I don't know why I cannot say I keep wanting to throw a Y in there that's not there. After returning from Enchante, mumbling to himself while petting his doll, Mikado glances in front of him. What stood there was a single man wearing a hood, his presence obscured otherwise. He softly raises his hand at Mikado. I'm wondering if he's got a hood on and his craziness just so we don't reckon it, but he's somebody we're going to meet later or, you know, whatever, some other route in the game, you know?
Oh my, if it isn't my little assistant. You don't take such a long vacation. Did you make good use of your time off?
Affirmative.
I see. Good then. But why are you here? I didn't ask you to come pick me up today. Again with the silence, huh? Can't figure out what you're thinking. Well, considering who you are, it's got to do with him, right? I wonder why you're so interested in him, hmm? Can't you just tell me your relationship with him already?
With Miser, because we're in Miser's chapter, so. Denied. You pay me for the work that I do for you. Further requests for information or efforts to force such information from me.
Okay, all right, I get it. You don't have to be so spooky. It'd be trouble for me if you quit. I don't intend to pry too deep about it.
The man kept his hood unfastened after that. As he follows Mikado, who shrugged at him, in the darkness of that hood were eyes filled with cold fire, gazing toward Enchante. He's after Miser. Although, technically, he could be after Ill, because this could be the guy who was watching him, you know, from the shadows. We don't know. So we should find a better voice for him, because he's obviously going to be a main component in one of the later routes, so. Right. Okay. You be careful too, Mom. It's dangerous out there. Don't go out to the beach to take pictures or anything, okay? Okay. I'll call you again soon. Phew. It was 6 o'clock in the evening. I'd closed the cafe a bit early today. After going back to my room, I tried calling home. Sure enough, it seemed like the sky there was looking as strange as it did on the news. It wasn't as bad around the town itself, and the fog only rested above Amasaki Island. Coast Guard boats gathered around the island too, making for a pretty tense scene. With Miser and Ill going there, it should be okay now, right? I imagine they were still on their way. I looked at my phone, but I hadn't received any messages from them yet. I just hope nothing's wrong. After giving a small sigh as I put my phone in sleep mode, or at least I was about to. ZQ. With noisy static, an eerie sound rung through my ears. What? But the sound... I felt like I'd heard it before. The gate. That's right. It was when I went through the gate for the first time. Bzz. Huh? Bzz. I don't know what they're actually saying, but... Zk. It's calling me. Are our eyes possessed all of a sudden? Did her eyes just change in her thing? Ooh. My phone slips from my hand and bounces after hitting the floor. Not caring about it at all, I walk forward in a daze. Interesting. whatever ZQ is. A white fog appeared, obscuring my mind. And ZQ. I kept thinking about my body feeling weird. I kept trying to think of anything at all. Whatever the hell the NZQ thing is, but I'm not going to keep saying it. You can hear the staticky thing, so. This voice was creeping into my mind, scattering my thoughts. Expound. I nod, beckoned by the voice. Yes, we need to open the gate. Yeah, her eyes are definitely like, doo-doo-doo-doo. Please someone stop me. This is a cafe after all. If there's a guest who wants to come, then I have to open it. But the door's already open. I thought she was literally going to open the door, which would probably be bad. Whatever that is. The instant I turn over the plate, the gate burst open from the other side. Oh. Miser's not here to rip our heart out like that time. The moment I came to, the winds from a world I didn't know encompassed me. Just like my first time in Medio, I felt like I was floating. My gravity didn't exist. Okay, her eyes are normal now. However, more clearly than that time, I felt a strange power that was pulling me. I was being swallowed in. Thrust with fear, I didn't have time to think of anything. Drowning in the air of this alternate world, I desperately try and bat away this thing clinging onto me. And then, with a sensation of my body being flung, there was a sound of the gate closing. Oh, damn, I thought someone was really going to grab us. Oh. Okay, good. Hey, Spacey! You're making such a racket! The hell are you doing? I felt like the doorbell just rang. What was all that noise? Oh, interesting. Spacey? Huh? Where'd she go? Oh, I thought they pulled me back! No, oh my god, I'm stuck in there! Oh shit! Oh no! Cute. I can hear someone calling me. I know I'm hearing it for the first time, but I felt I heard it somewhere before. Whatever. Oh, what's cute? Lots of weird random things being called. It's kind and gentle, but there are traces of sorrow. Yes, a voice like someone I know very well, like Miser, because it's his chapter. Whatever. Yeah, Miser? As if surprised by my murmuring, the voice suddenly stops. And then... Wake up! What I heard instead was... Wake up! A very jarring voice. It doesn't seem like a Spartoe, does it? Judging by its appearance, I believe it's a human. No, we can't let our guard down yet! Oh my god, we're on the fucking island and it's those little clay people. Regardless of its appearance, it might start breathing fire as soon as it wakes up! Following the commotion of whispers, something cold pokes my cheek. The sensation shook me awake, and I managed to open my eyes. It's the little peoples. We're on that fucking island. Where am... I slowly lift my body, and the grains of sand stuck to my cheek fall off. What was reflecting the hollow moonlight were the waves of the sandy shore. Wow. Shandy shore. And, yep.
Oh, good! You're awake!
What was staring at me were these things that looked like small earthenware. What? Hanawa?
We're not Hanawa.
Oh, sorry? I apologized in reflex, but they were clearly Hanawa. They didn't seem like that, though, as they all began jumping around in protest at the sound of that. Now that I got used to this strange scene, I was certain these little things, they were also non-humans. Well, although that's important too, where is this? Why am I near the ocean? As I began to speak, it sucked us into... This is weird. Oh. Whatever. Ziggy. Now then. But it sounds like Miser's voice. Well, I mean, and that's what you kind of had to figure because you heard some weird song, and it was literally his hand that was reaching up from the darkness, which, again, makes me very concerned about his route and how much it's going to rip my heart out and break me. I've just heard people cried at the end of the game, and I don't know if that's like, I'm like, oh, I'm just so sad because it's happy, or like it's traumatic. I don't know. But if this fucking game pulls a 7th Scarlet on me, I'm just like, I'm not gonna be able to handle that. Okay, you can't do that to me. My face turned blue from that memory. That's right. For some reason, I opened up the gate on my own. In a panic, I look around, but there wasn't anything around that looked like a gate. In my confusion, the Hanawa pulled at the sleeves of my clothes and answered me.
Your question earlier about where this is. This place is an island. Yes, the humans call it Amasaki Island.
Amasaki what? In shock, I stand up. Once more, I carefully look around at my surroundings. Although the moonlight graced the shores, I can only see so much around me. This chapter is so much more exciting than all the other ones. I'm like, oh my fucking god, I'm totally into this. Still, how are you going to? Then all of a sudden we pop into Candace's round, we have a merry old time with him, but we don't wrap up any of what the fuck is happening. The distant mountains in the darkness. The lights of the boats off the shore. I'm getting so in trouble for how I got here. It somehow felt nostalgic. All those things were trying to appeal to my memories, urging me to believe a single fact. So this place is Amasaki Island, near my hometown? As I mumbled to myself in shock, the little Hanawas seemed to have agreed amongst themselves what to do next.
Kill her! Burn the witch! First, now that we know you are a danger to us, we must go into the forest, human.
Huh? Why? Why would we go into the forest on purpose?
As you can see, visibility is clearer along the shoreline, so it's actually more dangerous to be out here.
Dangerous?
Those Spartoi are wandering around here. It means instant death if they find you.
Spartoi? I recognize that word. In fact, I heard it just this evening. Amasaki Island, and now the Spartoi. What those two words put together meant was...
Come now, we must move! We'll explain more later. For now, we just want you to follow us!
Huh? Okay? Trusting both my instincts and the harmless creatures, I decided to follow them. Bing, 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 bing. I bet they make little plinky noises. Ding, 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 ding. Like little cups bouncing around. My god. Can we keep one of them? I mean...
Still, I'm surprised you weren't scared of how we look.
You're actually kind of cute in, like, sad ghost kind of way.
It normally takes a bit of time to explain ourselves.
Oh, well, it's kind of work-related. I have a little bit of understanding, knowledge about non-humans.
Oh, that makes things easy then. We are what you humans call non-humans, a species called the Kure.
Kure tribe. Non-humans that live on Amasaki Island, classified as Type 1 non-humans. They look completely like Hanawas, Japanese clay dolls. For some reason, they talk in a militaristic way. Oh, okay. Then we should talk like this. Anyway. That's the name of the species Mikado mentioned. All of the bad feelings I had about the situation were now just proven true. This place, without a doubt, was what Mikado was talking about. An area currently deemed a danger zone. That Amasaki Island.
Ha-ha! Just like I planned.
I'm just kidding. How did I get here? Well, you know what? If it wasn't us, then maybe it would have been him, and that would have been fine. I wished it was a dream, but considering what I've been through in the past, now that I grasp this terrible situation, I almost planted my face into my palms. Yeah, what the fuck is that? But then I saw a figure in the woods.
Oh, that's...
Could it be one of the GPM members that came to the island? Right now, I'd be grateful to find anyone who was a fellow human. That looks like a skeleton, so I'm gonna go with no. The moment I took a step forward to call out to them, suddenly my hand was pulled back from behind me and my mouth was covered. Quiet. As long as you stay still, no harm will come to you. I'm just... Okay, the only people Miser and Ill are here, and Rindo's here. But you think he would know it was us. And it's not one of the little clay people, so maybe it's another GPM member. I'm not sure, but anyway. But I just want you to stay quiet so the thing over there doesn't notice us, alright? Obeying the voice I recognized. Okay, so it's one of them. I'm assuming it's Rindo. That's my guess. I look again toward the spot I was just looking at. Under the faint moonlight, the figures begin revealing themselves little by little. What was there was not a person like I'd originally thought. Yeah, it's a fucking skeleton. Okay. I'm sorry, but if you were on an island and they came after you, yes. But it's just kind of funny that, like, the non-human monsters, that's just skeleton. That's a skeleton. It's a fucking Halloween skeleton. The fuck? It's actually kind of absurd. They put in so much effort to the other non-humans and whatever, and then this is the Spartoi. Like, this is what they are. They're fucking skeletons. Anyway. Those hollowed eye sockets, which I could see even from here, sent chills down my body. I mean, this is a million times less creepy than those fucking little red fire beast things in fucking Labyrinth. What the hell were they? I don't even know, but they kept popping off their heads and their body part. No, fuck those things. I still, to this day, after the first time I watched Labyrinth, was creeped out by them and was kind of like, no, like as a child. To this day, I'm still like, nah, you don't get over that. You don't get over that, and you're like, no, I don't like those things. I also, the song that they sing is a little creepy too, and like that whole scene is just like, I know, skip it, skip it, skip it. That's almost more terrifying than the little girl coming out of the TV in the ring, okay? Even though you're like, now if I see static on TV, I might be concerned, but those fucking little red demon things, whatever the hell they were in Labyrinth, nope, nope, I'm out, no, Only thing worse than you is fucking ventriloquist dummies, fucking dolls, clowns, and mimes, but those things are right up there with, like, the list of, like, nah, I'd take a fucking skeleton any day. Because, you know, his head's probably not going to pop off. Anyway, it was a skeleton. There was no other way to describe it. But there was no way a skeleton would be walking around by itself. It had completely lost all its human flesh, never had any, making gnashing sounds as it walked. It seemed like it was looking for something. Like, what's it gonna do, eat the clay pots? It leaves, wandering off to prowl elsewhere. I'm not as scared of that as I would be something else, but... I mean, I'm not saying I really want to see skeletons wandering toward me, but I'm just saying... A little less scary than a zombie, because a zombie is like rotting flesh. A skeleton is just a bag of bones. What else? Looks like it left. Sorry for surprising you. I'm gonna let go now, so just be sure to be as quiet as possible. Yeah, okay, I was right. I wasn't sure at first until it was like the voice I recognized. I was like, alright, it is. Oh man. So are you from around here? It's so late on the island for you to... I knew it! It's you, Mr. Rindo! He didn't recognize us when he grabbed us, I guess. What? Spacey? You're real, right? Why are you here? Okay, so I opened the fucking door in the cafe and ended up here. Why? I don't know.
Rindo! She was collapsed on the beach earlier. Right now, Amasaki Island's full of Spartoi. Figuring she would be in danger, we brought her to you, Rindo.
Huh? Well, ultimately I do think that was a good call, but wait. And just wait a second. You're here alone? What about the others? Well, you see, I have to say I don't really know what happened myself. However, there wasn't time to sit idly and explain what I wasn't exactly sure of. A presence was rustling through the grass. It's going to be Miser and Ill. Startled, I turn around to find... Oh, nope, skeletons. Several of the skeletons from earlier were treading this way, closing in on us. More of them. Damn. I just wish they'd give me a break. Hi. Gun in one hand, knife in the other. Mr. Rindo readied his gun. Rindo, please withdraw from that spot. Maybe that was Ill then. A godly pillar of light descended on us. I knew it was going to be them eventually, so it's one of them.
Ah! We're getting blown away!
Hang on! I grabbed the Kure that were about to be blown away from the blast of air. After the air shook through the trees, what was left was bones that turned to dust from that light, the remains of the Spartoi. Spartoi, one, a new type of non-human that appeared on Amasaki Island. It looks like a husk of bones. It has been classified as a Type 3, but it seems somewhat strange, even as a non-human.
Immobilization of hostiles confirmed. Extermination complete.
And the old man rescue squad, Demon and Angel, have arrived. Following the voices, Mr. Rindo on the ground, protecting me, wiped the sand off of him and stood up. Thank you for saving us. I gotta say, I wish you'd be a little more gentle doing it. Okay, Miser and Ill. It's so funny they say it. He says their names like you're like, oh! First of all, we sent them there. Second of all, their shadows are pretty obvious. You know? Like,
I did make sufficient considerations to your safety, though. There was an 11% chance you wouldn't be able to react and would be consumed by the blast. A 7.5% chance of severe injuries.
Those aren't odds you should ignore. Well, we trust you, alright? We knew you'd be fine. Yeah, that trust is gonna bring tears to my eyes. More importantly, why is she here too? I'm grateful you came to help me, but you should have stopped her. As he spoke, he reveals me, curled up in a little ball, to Miser and Ill, but... both of their faces! Of course, just like with Mr. Rindo, they were frozen at the sight of me. Why is she here? Huh. Wait, didn't you two bring her here? I had thought you brought her here and she'd gotten separated from you two. No, not at all. Even if we did, we'd never lose her. Miser's like, whoa! Nah.
I agree with Miser.
Scratching his head, understanding the situation, Mr. Rindo looks at me, wanting to say something. I don't know how I got here either. Even if you look at me like that, it's not like I could explain what's going on myself. Anyway, let's get away from here for now. It's not exactly a base camp, but there's a location that we've secured for now. And we can talk about the current situation and why she's even here, alright? You're like, you keep saying that, but it's not going to change anything. Everyone nods at Mr. Rindo's suggestion, and we all start walking. But with just 2-3 steps, our movement comes to a halt. The reason being... Huh? What? The ground suddenly started shaking, and we couldn't take a step further.
Is it an earthquake? No, it's something else.
Interesting. So what's shaking? Is this entire space itself? Miser seemed to be in awe, as if to support his observation. Well, that's one thing I don't need to give the total explanation for, I guess. Everyone, look up. Mr. Rindo pointed to the sky. The tainted sky covering Amasaki Island. Oh, wow, that's not something you see every day, huh? It tore apart. I had no other way to describe it. A myriad of lightning-shaped cracks spread across the sky instantly. You're like, oh my god, we're in the Truman Show! I literally live in a glass bubble and there's a dude in the moon spying on me! What the fuck? Why would anyone want to watch this? Okay, if you were her, yeah. But, like, you think of that? Have you, like, ever had that moment where you're like, what if you really are on a reality show? You're like, who would want to watch the reality show of my life? It'd be so boring! So boring! What is that? If this was another alternate world, like Medea or Bestia, I would have accepted what was happening here as another strange phenomenon of one of those fantastical places. But this is where I lived. It wasn't another world, but my simple, mundane, normal, regular human world. But I was about to ask why this was here. Mr. Rindo answers my question. That's a wormhole. At least that's what the GPM's confirmed.
So that is a wormhole? It's quite massive and looks large enough to swallow this entire island.
It's hard to believe. But yes, that definitely connects to another world. As proof, look, here they come. Mr. Rindo points at some of the cracks. One by one, objects rain down from it. They were white and eerie. Spartoi? There must have been 20 of them. They continued to fall across the island. Great! It's raining skeletons! I feel like this is a mood for 2020. Well, at least it hasn't rained skeletons yet. Oh, shit. Well, there you go. When that finished, the shaking of the space around us that Miser was talking about slowly crawled to a stop. The cracks in the sky closed too. But why does the wormhole only keep opening for wherever the Spartoli originated from? Because that's how they got here in the first place, probably, and now they keep coming. It's like, so as soon as we kill them all, there's gonna another crack. Does this seem set up to you? All right, let's take a short break. We've only got portable rations, but take some if you'd like. Actually, we should have stopped here because we're at time. Okay, forget I read that line. Beep, 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 beep. Back it up. We never read this. We'll read it again in the next part. Before we end up going another like 20 fucking minutes, we might as well stop here. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.